Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me in this weekly mindfulness practice. I hope you're doing well. Um, for today, I picked the theme of, again, kind of going back to being present, connecting with ourselves, with our bodies. But I wanted to focus more on this mind body connection. And so we will do a practice called progressive muscle relaxation, which is, it's a quite an old practice that goes back to I believe 20s, so around 100 years old, which obviously evolved over time. And the whole theory encompassing the practice is about being able to release tensions from our bodies. So the idea is that we often do, we think that we are relaxed by maybe disconnecting, dissociating, watching TV, doing little chores, playing sports, and whatnot. But it's rarely relaxation. What happens is that we tend to disconnect. We tend to go inside our mind. We tend to, create a split from our body and we think that it is relaxation. Because we kind of, we basically become, we empty ourselves out of ourselves, if that makes sense. So I thought that I will kind of roll with this subject for today. And show you that real relaxation is about, and real connection is about recognizing the tensions in our body and being able to release these tensions. So as we understanding ourselves better, as we understanding what different parts of our mind, of our bodies, interesting, how different parts of our bodies hold this tension, we can understand why we hold the tension in specific bodies as well. So yeah, we'll do a little bit of that. I'm just going to look into comment section. Hi Christian, nice to see you. Hi Gagan Signed. Hopefully I pronounced that well. Hi. Yes, you can ask something if you have any questions. I'm always try my best to read the comments and answer any questions if there's anything you want to share as well. That's why we're here. So all of that connects to the idea also that, again, the guy who developed this whole progressive muscle relaxation, his name was um Jacob. Was it Jacob? My memory is Edmund Jacobson. Yeah, I was close. He didn't focus on the specific information kind of decoded or coded inside the tensions in different parts of our bodies, but I'm making a connection that different parts of our body will communicate different things. So there's an idea, and I kind of brought it up in previous live streams. Maybe it was on Patreon, how we associate, for example, the shoulder with carrying lots of things, carrying the burden, right? So when we tense our shoulders, it usually it is a message how we might be burdened, we might be carrying more than we can handle, perhaps, right? So then again, maybe our wrists, maybe our limbs, they can also be very tense because, um, limbs are associated with, for example, grabbing for things. So we might be stopping ourselves maybe from grabbing for things that we want in life. So there is so many opportunities to roll with this theme. If you are interested in that, there's whole theory called bioenergetics. By This is a theory developed by Alexander Lowen, and he does talk about how it's not just him, but it becomes in psychology, especially now, a common idea to see how our posture reflects our personality, it reflects our emotions, it reflects our feelings. So how we carrying ourselves through life will show in our postures. So all of it, again, it kind of links into where we holding tensions in our bodies and how we holding these tensions. So in bioenergetics, for example, which is the whole massive theory, if you're ever interested in that, there are very specific personality types, which can be recognized by their bodies, by their body types, by their posture. So the classic schizoid, for example, normally underweight, shoulders quite raised higher, for example, which is related to the energy being pulled from the lower part of the body going upward, which kind of demonstrates this disconnect from the practicalities of life and living in our heads really. So there are different characters like that. I just wanted to bring these examples. Then you have, for example, the so-called oral character, which is about deprivation in life. So usually these people might be a little bigger uh, than an average, or than obviously the schizoid, which is underweight. And in this situation, there's this tendency maybe to, you know, not being able to get things from life that they want, which can be shown in their posture, in their body, in their body type, which protects them from the adversities in life. So in this practice today, I invite you to maybe learn, pay attention to where you tend to hold tensions in the body. Because normally what happens with progressive muscle relaxation, especially if you're not doing it regularly, is that even though we will do the relaxation right away, right? You might notice the relaxation right away in your body. Fingers crossed, hopefully that is the whole goal of the practice. But what normally happens is that over time, whether it's minutes, whether it's a couple hours, whether it's maybe days, but I would say probably hours, you might start noticing the tensions going back into your body, but the tension will be going back only to specific areas. You might notice it right away within the practice, or you might notice it over time, maybe over hours. So I invite you, to try this experiment with me and see if you can notice, any maybe specific areas of the body that gets persistently tense, and simply observe it with it. Maybe you can think about the potential meaning around it. Maybe what sort of images or thoughts come to you, or maybe feelings or emotions, right? So anything that might get associated with that area, I think it would be good. Because that's how we start rebuilding the connection with our bodies. That's where this whole idea of the mind body connection comes from, right? Where we start understanding how we are carrying ourselves through life. And that means not just, you know, giving in to certain experiences and letting go and being kind of relaxed, but also where we're holding the tensions. How are we blocking our experiences or the kind of energy flowing into um, maybe other areas in our life? So let me just check the comment section. I'm suffering from addiction. I'm just reading a comment here. I'm suffering from addiction of excessive phone use. Is there any way I could stop? Whenever I try to quit, I get bored a lot and then I get again into it. So, to me, what stands out straight away in this question is the obstacle here is that you get bored, and the only way you know how to deal with boredom is to use your phone. So, to kind of say it directly in a very short way, I think the solution is to learn how to deal with boredom, and figure out what is there in that boredom that you can't stand, that you have to start using phone again. So I'll go maybe from that approach, but if you think it's serious, then probably trying a therapy would be a good idea if it's something that is, completely messing up with your life. All right, any other questions, anything else before we start the practice today? So when we do the progressive muscle relaxation. I recommend to do it in a seated position. I'll be giving instructions for anyone that's sitting down. But if you want to lie down, that is completely acceptable too, right? Whatever you find comfortable. If you want to lie down, that's fine. And what we will be doing is we will be tensing up and relaxing different muscle groups in our body. So as we tensing up, specific, I will be naming, obviously, I will be naming what we're tensing up. I'd like you to really observe the sensations of tensing up, any images, any thoughts, any feelings, anything that shows up during that process. And then really observe and notice the relaxation of that specific muscle group that we just tensed up. So the idea is not to do it mechanically and like, okay, I'm just tensing up and I'm relaxing and, that's just exercise. We're not doing exercise here. But the whole point is to learn more about that mind-body connection and how you can influence your body. You can influence, your anxiety levels, your stress levels by learning to release this tension. And your body is influencing your mental state. So as you're able to relax, you can notice, I guarantee you will be able to notice how your mind is slowing down, your emotions are becoming more manageable. And then it is like a feedback loop because then your mind is calmer, where you're able to handle different things. And then it's easier to relax. Then your body is not going into this, maybe fight and flight and tensed up situation. So all we'll be doing is tensing up, relaxing. I'll be giving all the instructions while we're doing. And during all that time, I do invite you to pay close attention. Just observe. There's nothing to judge, and there's nothing to, completely force or control. And if you do feel any pain, any discomfort, anything that feels too much, please stop. So it's not supposed to hurt. So please don't, completely squeeze in. That is ridiculously intense for you. And when you squeeze in the muscles, just squeeze in to a point where you feel the tension. And a little bit of discomfort is okay. But again, if you're feeling pain, you need to stop and you need to calm down. All right, then. Just reading comments. Yeah. I love to see you covering the subject of quantum psychology or consciousness. Yes, so these are the kind of subjects I used to maybe got more interested in. Right now, I'm just doing this for now. And if I will do any videos on this related subjects, I think I might launch another channel, but I'm not sure yet. All right, so whenever you're ready, please make sure that you sit in a comfortable position and slow down your breathing. Nice inhale and exhale. Notice your belly going up and down as you're inhaling and exhaling. Close your eyes. Inhale and slow exhale. Make sure that both of your feet are touching the ground and you feel the gravity pulling you down. Both of your hands are resting comfortably on your laps or on your thighs. Either palms facing up or down, whatever is more comfortable for you. Now the practice will take around 15 to 20 minutes, and I'll be watching the time, so you don't have to worry. Now let's take a moment to think about the intention for this practice. What do you hope to learn or experience? What would make this practice worthwhile for you? Now I'll begin the progressive muscle relaxation practice, and we'll start from your feet. Now bend both of your feet upwards with toes pointing up as you inhale. Observe the tension in front of your leg. Your heel is touching the ground. Keep holding your feet, toes pointing upwards. And now relax. Gently let your toes touch the ground, and observe the relaxation. Notice your toes relaxing, in front of your leg relaxing from your knee down to your ankles. Now raise both of your heels and press your toes down so you feel the tension in your calf muscles. Keep pressing your toes down. Keep raising both of your heels up and relax. Exhale, fully exhale as the tension is leaving both of your legs. You might notice some uncomfortable sensations or tingling, just totally okay. Now I'll move a little up. Squeeze both of your thighs together, your glutes together as you inhale. And exhale, completely let go. Let go as you exhale all the tension from your thighs. It's also normal to notice the release in other parts of your body. So when you relax your legs, maybe you will notice the relaxation of your back or your shoulders. Everything is connected. Keep your breathing steady and slow, without any force or control. If any thoughts or feelings show up, just let them be. Observe Now squeeze your belly in as much as you can without any pain as you inhale. And exhale, let your belly out completely. Relax all the tension. You might notice all the tension leaving your abdominal region, your hips, your pelvis. Notice your breathing becoming more and more relaxed. Now, as you inhale, puff up your chest as much as you can, like a balloon. And then exhale and let the tension out. Notice your chest being free from tension. So inhale and exhale. Now we'll move the attention to our hands. Make a fist with both of your hands and squeeze your thumb. As you inhale, notice the tension in your hands, in your arms, and let the tension out. Relax your hands. As you relax your hands, you might notice that other parts of your arms are becoming more relaxed too. Or might be other parts of your body as well. Now bend your wrist by moving both of your hands up, fingers pointing up, while wrist remains on your thighs. Hold the tension. Notice your forearms tensing up. Notice your upper arms tensing up. And release. Let go of the tension as you exhale. Allow yourself to fully exhale. Sometimes we rush the exhalations. So make sure you fully exhale. Any feelings or thoughts showing up is perfectly normal and okay. Let them be. Now we'll move up to our shoulders. Raise your shoulders up, close to your ears, and observe both of your shoulders tensing up. Perhaps feeling tension on your back, your upper back, Keep holding up and release. Fully let go. And go back to your breathing. Slow breaths. Maybe you might notice your neck being a little bit more relaxed. Very often our tense shoulders create more tension in our neck. That often leads to headaches, migraines. Now we'll move to our face. We'll start with the lips. So press both of your lips together as hard as you can as you inhale. And let go. Now clench your jaw, your teeth together. Just be careful, be gentle. Just feel a bit of pressure in your jaw as you inhale. And let your jaw go. This one is also pretty good for noticing the relaxation of the neck. Our jaw often holds a lot of tension. Depends on the person, but could be a sign of determination or holding ourselves up so we don't say certain things. Maybe repressed frustrations. Continue with a steady breath. Now we'll move to our eyes. Close your eyes as strong as you can as you inhale. Notice the sensation around your eyes. Maybe a little bit on your forehead, nose. And release, let go. Now, as you inhale, raise both of your eyebrows so that you notice the tension in your forehead. And let go, fully exhale. Relaxing our forehead often leads to relaxing our temples, top of our heads, back of the head. Now that we completed a whole body practice, we'll do one last scan from the top of the head to the bottom of our feet. And I want you to notice if you feel still fully relaxed, and if there's any remaining tension, just let it go with your exhale. So each exhalation, you let that tension out. Notice the top of your head. your forehead, your nose, root of your nose, your eyebrows, eyes. Notice your cheeks, your mouth, and your jaw. Notice your throat, your neck, left shoulder, right shoulder. Notice your upper back, your lower back. Notice your spine. Notice your chest, your navel center, belly, your abdomen. Notice your arms, upper arms, forearms. Notice your hands and your fingers. Notice your pelvis, your hips, your glutes. Notice your thighs, your knees, your calves. Notice your feet and your toes. Take a few deeper breaths. And notice how you're feeling now in comparison to how you felt before the practice. Maybe there's something showing up, maybe there's something you're curious about, or maybe you're just fully relaxed. Maybe now slowly coming out of the practice, and whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. If you have any questions, if there's anything you want to share, I can stay for a couple more minutes. Otherwise, I do recommend, if you really found this practice helpful, I think it's something that if you do practice regularly, even every day, it takes, you could make it in only 10 minutes, 15 minutes tops. But if you do make it a regular practice, then you can notice throughout the day as habitually you will start automatically relaxing different muscle groups in your body. So without a prompt, you might start noticing that, oh, I'm feeling tense here, and automatically start releasing that tension. Or maybe you start getting curious, like, why did I tense up here? What did make me tense up? And that might be like a cue to relax. And most people don't know, but actually holding the tension in our body consumes a lot of energy. So for people who struggle with things like fatigue or low motivation, procrastination, brain fog, anything like that, very often, I'm not saying that it is always the case, but very often what happens is that these people struggle with stress, struggle with holding tensions in their body. So basically, it's like trying too hard. So when we're trying too hard, we're tensing up a lot of muscle groups in our body. Even when we're just sitting down, right? You can always And notice yourself when you focused on something, perhaps you start tensing up your forehead or your eyebrows, right? You try to focus on something. So when we're doing this kind of behaviors, when we're doing this kind of trying too hard or forcing things or tensing up, it does consume a lot of energy. So the paradox is that's why I often say it is a paradox, that actually relaxing more, especially for someone who struggles with fatigue or or brain fog or procrastination or apathy, anything like that, that it basically feels like, oh, I don't want to do anything. The paradox is that the more you relax, um, the more energy you're gonna have. If it's something that you can, struggling with, I do recommend trying this practice for yourself as an experiment and see how you feel after a week or two of practicing that regular relaxation. Oh, Mr. Chi says they are very sick and that helped my health symptoms and body aches. Happy to hear that. I wonder if cold symptoms are worse because of not being mindful of the body. I think that might be possible because, in my opinion and my experience, I usually start getting kind of little signs that I am gonna get sick and that my body needs rest. Usually that's before the obvious symptoms. So I think that maybe trying to tune in more to the symptoms can aid the recovery and help things out, because then you again, going back to this idea of energy, then you conserve energy and then you let your body to um, recover faster. Hi, there's a lot of me. I learned the appropriate name this time. Yep. Walk after this sounds really, really good. Continue with this, the relaxing feeling. Maybe there's something else showing up. Hi, Alistair. After doing a few of these Sunday night sessions, I'm finding myself a lot fresher on Monday morning. Thanks. Well, happy to hear that, and thank you for joining me. All right, folks. So I'll be um, closing up for tonight. Notice that the sessions are getting longer and longer for some reason. It's probably me rambling. But if you're interested, I will be leading my very first yin yoga session on Friday on Patreon. So if you do want to join, you can join my Patreon. So yin yoga is quite different to the kind of regular yoga or the kind of yoga that you think automatically about. So yin yoga is about holding certain positions for longer times, and I'm going to make a class that will be perfect for beginners. If you've never done yoga before, it's going to be excellent for that. But if you've done yoga, if you have experience with yoga, that will be also good for you, because I'm going to make sure that all sorts of group can benefit from that. So the theme of the class will be something to do with learning about uh, basically how to tune in more to our bodies and how to listen to our bodies more. So again, it kind of going back to this idea that different parts of our bodies hold different emotions. So with different yoga postures, we might be able to kind of trigger and release different emotion stored in our body. So if you're interested in joining me for that yin yoga session, you can join my Patreon. And I will see you then on Friday, same time as tonight, for 1 hour yin yoga session. I'll see you there. See you next time. Bye.